So, why is it that a lot of us struggle to understand why other people do things? You tell somebody to do something once, and all of a sudden they're just not doing it. Or you think to yourself, why in God's name would somebody do something this way? Here's the thing, we all think differently. The way that we process information, which I talked about last week on the vlog, to the way that we even just tell ourselves stories. You see, here's the deal. Our brains, in order to make sense of everything, need to fill in the holes. In order to do that, they create stories. So when something happens and we don't have all the information, our brain just fills in the holes and tells ourselves a story. Otherwise, our consciousness really has a hard time grasping this thing. So what does that mean? Well, it means that if two people see the same event, they can very easily, at the same time, recount it in two completely separate ways. That's why actually listening to testimonials of people that view accidents, each testimonial is so different, because even though they see the same event, their minds fill in the gaps of the information they don't have and create a completely different story depending upon who they are. So what does this mean for us? Well, it's actually a really secret key to understanding pretty much everything. If you can understand this concept, then you can understand and better deal with just about anybody. So what I'm going to talk about right now is what's known as the path to action, or the self-coaching model. When we call it the path to action, it basically is referring to somebody else. When we talk about the self-coaching model, it's in our own internal dialogue. So here's what happens. Here's the thought process that literally goes from us seeing anything to every single action that we take, hence path to action. So what happens is a circumstance or a situation happens, something that is undeniable. We'll take the car accident, for instance. Again, anybody that sees this understands that one car hit another. It's undeniable. So a circumstance or a situation is what it is. It's not up for interpretation. From there, we have a thought. Every single one of us have different thoughts. And so one person may think, wow, that was a really bad car accident. Another person may think, wow, that person didn't stop and they're an asshole. Either way, it's our thought that happens next. From there, that thought elicits an emotion. Could be rage, could be sadness, could be happiness. Again, it's going to be completely dependent on the person and the thought that they have following the circumstance that they see. From that emotion, we have an action or a reaction to that. Could be tears, could be balled up fists of rage, could be slamming on the steering wheel if somebody cuts us off in traffic. Doesn't really matter. Again, it's all coming from that circumstance and that thought. Last but not least, we have a result, what this action leads to throughout the rest of the day. We'll take an easy example, for instance. Somebody cuts you off in traffic. So somebody cuts you off in traffic, you have to slam on your brakes. Undeniable. Your first thought is, what an asshole. From there, my emotion is anger and rage. From there, I slam on my horn, and my result is I'm in a worse mood throughout the rest of the day. Here's the deal. I don't know why that person cut me off. Therefore, I don't know what the actual circumstance was or why they did it. I'm simply filling in the holes to create a story to tell myself that's why they did it. When dealing with other people, if you understand that their thought may not be the same thought that you have because they're just filling in the gaps, you can then begin to see why certain people do the certain things that they do. Or simply just ask them, so why did you do that? What was the thought process behind that? It's that simple. And then even in of ourselves, if we want to change the result, we need to change the thought. Circumstance is undeniable. You can't change that, but we can change the thought. Taking somebody cutting me off in traffic, if I change the thought from, hey, what an asshole, to maybe I just saved that person 5 minutes out of their day because they're in a rush to get to a job interview, that they need to be able to support their family. It completely changes what happens next. My emotion is no longer rage and anger. Instead, it's gratitude and happiness. I no longer lay on the horn, maybe I smile. And from there, my result is that I'm in a better mood throughout the entire day. It's literally how we all process information based on a certain circumstance or situation that we perceive. And if you can understand this model and bring it into your life and work through this model with other people, I can't tell you how much of a difference it makes throughout your day and just in your life in general. So I really hope this has helped you, because I know it's really helped me. So just thought I would share. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.